Hello, my friends. Today we're going to be learning to play Into the Unknown from Over the Garden Wall. This song has a lot of funky, jazzy chords, so we're going to start out by learning the finger picking, because honestly, it's the easiest part of this song. So, as always, we're putting our thumb on the top string, pointer finger on the second from the top, what is this called? Middle finger on the second from the bottom, and ring finger on the bottom string. Just like that. And the finger picking that we're going to be using, we're going to be starting by plucking the first finger, so your pointer finger, 1, and then pluck all of the other 3. Ba, ba. So it's in a 3/4 kind of feel, so it's 1, all, 1, all. And that repeats for the entire song. There are a couple little wacky things where we don't actually strum every single one of those chords. Strings? What are they called? Strings. We don't actually strum every single one of those strings for all of the chords because some of the chords have a muted string. It gets kind of weird. You'll see what I mean. But for now, just practice 1, all, 1, all, ba. We're going to split this song into 2 halves, so let's go over the chords for the first half. The chords that we're going to need are C sharp minor, B6, F sharp minor, C diminished, G sharp 7, G diminished 7, A, and G sharp. So notice how both, C diminished and G sharp both have strings that we do not strum. So they're both actually the top string. So when we're going to be doing the finger picking for those two chords, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do this on C diminished. Still, I'm going to pluck my first finger. So 1, it's kind of hard to hold my uke like this. 1, but then I'm just going to strum the bottom 2, pluck the bottom 2, instead of plucking all 3. See how that sounds bad? Oh, that's not what we want. We want 1 and then the bottom 2. So you just kind of have to watch out when you're switching to that chord that you are taking your thumb out of the equation. No more thumb for those 2 chords. You kind of have to switch back and forth between those 2 kind of methods of doing the finger picking. Let's try and put that into practice. Let's just do the first 2 lines, so that's 8 chords total. Let's try to do that with the finger picking. We'll go really slow. These chords are really funky. They even give me problems, so don't feel bad if you have to slow this video down or anything. Do what you need. These are tricky, guys. I do not like these either. Led through the mist by the milk light of moon, all that was lost is revealed. Nice. Did you catch that? C diminished and not do the top string? You just did bottom 2. Good job. Okay, let's move on to the next 2 lines, starting on C sharp minor on Our Long Bygone Burdens. Our long bygone burdens, mere echoes of the spring, but where have we come, and where shall we end? And then we just have one last line on this half of the song, If Dreams Can't Come True, starting on F sharp minor. If dreams can't come true, then why not pretend? The chords that we're going to be using for the second half are D flat, making sure that we're really pressing down on that pinky to get that full note out. D diminished, which does not include the bottom string. Notice we only strum the top 3. Or when we're doing the finger picking, I'm just going to pluck 1, and then pluck the other 2 around it, but not the bottom one. My ring finger is completely out of this. So 1, ba, ba. We'll go over that again in a second. E flat minor, particularly nasty one for me. That one's hard for me. A flat 7, F7, G flat, B flat 7, and E flat 9. This one's also a little bit wonky because we actually don't use our middle finger for this. The way that we finger that E flat 9, we use our pointer finger on the string from the second from the bottom, on the first fret, we skip our middle finger. Well, that was not meant to look like I was flipping you off. We skip our middle finger, we go to our ring finger. Our ring finger goes on the string right above that. That's the second from the top in the third fret. So our entire second fret is empty. And then we use our pinky to press down on the bottommost string in the fourth fret, right there. So that's what that looks like. And I always mess up and want to use my middle finger to do this, but it's way, way, way harder to spread that far, so really it is just easier to use the ring and pinky. It's a beautiful chord. I just struggle with it so much. Okay, we're gonna start with just the first line because for me, this one was really hard to get the chord changes, so we're literally just gonna go just the first line for now. It's 4 chords. We start on D flat. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves. Now, the way that I practiced that line, I literally, like, I did this myself. I just went on a loop over and over and over. Oh, my lip gloss is getting my hair stuck in it. I just looped that line over and over and over really slowly and slowly sped it up as I got more comfortable with it so that I could get those chord changes. For me, it's the switch from the D diminished to the E flat minor that's really hard. Something about that E flat minor just does not agree with me. So let's try just looping that line so you can see what I mean. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves. And let's leave it there because I actually got it right on the last time. Am I gonna leave that in? I guess so. Mistakes are good and normal. Mistakes are normal. Let's do the second line now. As autumn colors fall. Let's put the first 2 lines together. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves as autumn colors fall. Next line now, starting on E flat minor. Dancing in a swirl of golden memories. And now this E flat 9, I know I was saying it earlier, this one's a little bit tricky for me, so get situated on your E flat 9 and let's do the last line. And then we're going to put the last 2 together so you can get used to that switch from the B flat 7 to the E flat 9. The loveliest lies of all. And I just strummed that D flat again right at the end to make it final. Let's practice just the switch from the B flat 7 to the E flat 9 because that's the other spot that gave me a lot of trouble when I was learning this song. So I'm going to demonstrate what I want you to practice. Let me do it first. I'm starting on B flat 7. Stop and switch to E flat 9. Stop and switch to B flat 7. Stop and switch to the other one, E flat 9. And repeat that over and over. Then once you get used to that, doing the slowly stop and switch, then you can do it without a pause. So let me show you what that sounds like. B flat 7 to E flat 9. Then once you've done it with the strumming, you can add in the finger picking. Back to B flat 7. And that's an exercise that you can do for any chord change that you're having trouble with. I do it all the time. Genuinely, it's very helpful. Okay, now let's run the last 2 lines together so we can put that back into context. That's always really important when you are working on a tricky part, is that you put it back into context so that it actually solidifies in your mind that it's like a part of a song and not just an exercise that you're doing. So starting on the E flat minor. dancing in a swirl of golden memories, the loveliest lies of all. Now let's run through the entire second half, and then we'll be ready for our run through. Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves as autumn colors fall, dancing in a swirl of golden memories, the loveliest lies of all. Alright, it's time for a full run through. Start your engines, let's go! Led through the mist by the milk light of moon, all that was lost is revealed. Our long bygone burdens, mere echoes of the spring, but where have we come? And where shall we end? If dreams can't come true, then why not pretend? Oh, how the gentle wind beckons through the leaves as autumn colors fall, dancing in a swirl of golden memories, the loveliest lies of all. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that was helpful. If it was, you can leave a like and subscribe and tell me in the comments down below what you're going to dress up as for Halloween. And I'm thinking about doing live streaming. How would you guys feel about that? I think it would be kind of fun. And I just want to hang out with you guys, you know? You seem cool. I'm thinking about doing like a practice together live stream. So I would upload a tutorial, and then a few days later, we could all practice that song that I uploaded a tutorial on together, and you could like ask me comments, questions. You could ask me questions, and we could talk about it, and maybe I'll give you a little hint at what the next song that we're gonna do a tutorial on is, and like you can watch me practice that, because I just spent a lot of time practicing in my room alone, and it's more fun with other people. So yeah, thanks. Let me know if that sounds fun. I think it sounds fun. Okay, bye! Bruh, my wrist is killing me. I have been playing so much Splatoon 3. If you play Splatoon 3, leave a comment below. Tell me what weapon you main. I main, well, okay, I switch between Dually Squelchers and Splash-O-Matic, depending on the map mode, and I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I've been playing since Splatoon 1, and it's just, it has my heart. It has my heart. I already have like 200 hours in it, and it's been a month since it came out. So I have a little bit of a problem. I feel like I'm entering stage 3 of YouTube, where the first stage is like pretty low quality, you're kind of just uploading whatever, and it's like kind of weird, but it's like endearing. And then stage 2 is like you're trying really hard to like be like, I'm a YouTuber, everything's like set up and everything looks nice and I have a set and I say all of my sentences properly and it's highly edited and all of that shit. And now stage 3 is where like I kind of know how to do it, but I also will record myself eating macaroni and cheese for 2 minutes. And I'll leave it in, because that's reality, you know? Sometimes you eat a whole bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese while you're playing your uke. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, how the gentle wind